Hey, you guys. Welcome back to another Drive With Me episode that's just long overdue. I know my videos probably are not always that great to watch, my Drive With Me's, because, first of all, if they are, if you actually like watching them, I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate the support. If you're into my videos and you enjoy them, that's amazing, especially if you like the Drive With Me's, because they can be so random. But I'm basically just recording this because it's been a really, really long time since I've done one of these. I'm so proud that I got up some more dance videos, and if anyone out there wants a fun way to get some movement in, definitely check out my dance videos. The quality is not that great, so I can understand if you don't really want to watch them all or use them. All right, let's get going. But if you don't really want to use them, I can understand, because my quality when recording those videos is so bad. But on the other hand, I've taught classes before, like dance classes, dance fitness classes, and I had so much fun teaching them, but it actually is kind of hard to rent the space to do it. I used to do it outdoors in the summertime. I did it one summer and it went well. And I loved teaching the class, and I had some acquaintances show up to take the class, and it was so fun. I had a blast. But the following year, I tried to do the same thing, and it was just so complicated to get the space. I don't know why it was so complicated this year versus the previous year that I did it. But so I decided, hey, I'm just going to post as many of my dance videos as I can on YouTube. And honestly, there's probably 5 more or even 10 more dances that I still haven't posted. I have like a whole class's worth and then some. I probably have 2 classes worth of dances to different songs, and it's really fun, and it's a way to get exercise in and to make yourself feel more energized, which is the best thing about exercise. But also, if you're trying to lose weight like me, or if you just are getting bored with taking walks or taking runs or doing HIIT, like, this is a little bit more fun. And so anyway, this video, I just wanted to check in with whoever likes my Drive With Me videos and just give some updates, talk about some random stuff. So I'm doing really well. I'm at a stage in my life where I'd love to have a rock solid romance and maybe get married one day, to the right person, of course, in God's plan and God's timing. But that's the only thing that I'm kind of missing in my life right now that I would like to have. It's actually really funny because I work for my brother-in-law, and he and I were talking about things one day, and he's like, yeah, he said, don't take this the wrong way, but it seems like the only thing that's really missing from your life is a partner. And I was like, you're a genius, because I've thought of that myself too. But that being said, to piggyback on that, even though I would love to have a rock solid, good romance, I also am doing super well with work, thanks to my brother-in-law, because I work for him and at Dairy Queen as a manager, and I decorate cakes there. And it's honestly such a fun job, and he encouraged me and pushed me a little bit to do more at Dairy Queen than just decorate cakes, and that's how I got into a manager position, because I started out with cakes and now I'm doing more than that, and it's been really fun. And aside from that, I am losing weight. Maybe it doesn't look like it, especially because my camera angles are always like super bad and unflattering. Because I don't really bother to buy any equipment. I just use my phone to record, and I prop it up however I'm capable of doing. So anyway, like, I've lost 13 pounds though. My heaviest was about 180, and I'm 5'3", so that's much too heavy for my frame. I am naturally a muscular person, so my weight will probably always be no lighter than like 130, just because I do have muscle. But when I was at 180, that was way too big, and I had too much fat, and I still am trying to burn off so much more fat, but I got down to 167 or 166 was the last time I weighed myself. So I'm 13, 14 pounds down, and it feels so good. You know, the way that I'm doing it, as I might have shared in a previous video or something, if I shared that, I don't remember, but I'm really just eating as clean as I can and eating as healthy as I can. And I'm always incorporating exercise. And in order to not stress myself out, because if you know, stress can also cause you to gain weight because of increased cortisol, but the cortisol can also make your body hold on to fat. So you might be working out and eating right, but if you're really stressed out, it might feel like you're plateauing and like you're not able to lose any weight. So God bless you guys that are trying to lose some, and you know, thanks for keeping up with me if you've kept up with me, and hopefully some of my videos have helped you. Obviously, sometimes I have spoken about weight loss and all the things like that, and so I'm hoping that over time I can produce some useful videos for you guys on that topic. And so anyway, the weight loss thing is going well. I'm going to keep trying to eat right and exercise, but not stress myself out about it. So the way that I do that is in the mornings before work, I spend 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes doing cardio. And then at night when I get home from work, most nights I do another 10 or 15 minutes of cardio. So I get about 20 minutes more or less every single day of some cardio, like walking type exercises and just general. Sometimes I do dancing instead of walking. So I do that. I'm sorry, but I do that. And then I'm sorry, I just cut someone off. Like I'm a good driver, but I was taking a left turn and the sun is so bright, and like the other person had the right of way going straight, but I sort of cut them off. I feel bad, but sometimes it happens. Sometimes like the sun is in my eyes and I don't really know, like, and I kind of forget to be like a little bit more cautious. But other than that, I'm a good driver. Doesn't sound like I am, but I usually don't cause accidents, so that's good. I never really have. So anyway, I just distracted myself because I was being a dumb driver for a second, which is not good. So that's what I do on days that I work. And then on my days off from work, I actually spend a lot more time exercising. So I'll basically take a longer walk. I did hot yoga with a friend yesterday for like an hour and 15 minutes. And today I took a longer walk. So my days off, I try to cram in more exercise and get my sweat on. And the days that I work, I try to just make sure that I'm still getting exercise in, but not stressing myself out. Because just like so many people out there, when I go to work, my days are relatively long. And if you're an adult that has to do laundry and you're doing dishes and you're like food shopping after work, or you're just cleaning things or like getting yourself ready for the next day, making sure you have a lunch to pack, and there is a lot to do as an adult, so it can be really hard to work out. So some people just decide not to. But I think one of the best ways to do it is just fit in some movement. Think on your days that you work, think of getting your blood flowing. Don't think of losing weight. You don't have to do like a HIIT workout before work. If you want to and you have the energy and you have the time, by all means do it. But the main thing is just keep your body moving and keep the momentum going during your work week. And then on the days that you have off from work and you have a little bit more time, fit in your challenging workouts or your lengthy workouts. And it does add up, because I combined that with reducing sugar in my diet, reducing oils in my diet, reducing unhealthy refined carbs, and I still eat bread, but I eat healthier versions of it, and you know, just like organic, sometimes it's whole grain, whatever. And I try not to have too much. If I have like an English muffin in the morning, with my breakfast, I'm not going to have a veggie burger at night with more bread, you know, like once in a while, okay, like especially as a woman when you're craving more carbs, like before your period and stuff, that hormone progesterone works off of carbs, so it's okay if you're going to have like a little bit of extra bread, but you also have to consider the carbs that are a little bit healthier, like the sweet potato, the squash, like carbs that are actually going to like do you a little bit more good than bread would. But anyway, so just, yeah, overall healthy eating habits. And another huge key is to not eat out. Try your hardest to have every meal made at home or from home and bring it to work. And on your days off, if you're out and about and it's more convenient to get food out, you can get food out, because the last, 5 or 6 days or the last 4 days or whatever, you've been eating super healthy. So, and the key is, just because you could go out on your day off and grab a bite to eat at a cafe or at a restaurant doesn't mean you don't necessarily have to have cheat days. I'm talking like money-wise and health-wise, it's better to eat at home, but you can still get relatively healthy foods at like a cafe or even at a restaurant. But you do want to be careful, because that could count for like so many calories, like so many more than you need. And then if you're still eating the same amount for the rest of the day and the following day, I don't know. I just don't recommend really eating at restaurants often at all, or even cafes. Like if I go to Panera, unless I'm giving myself a little bit more of a cheat meal with a little bit heavier carbs or more fat, like I don't recommend doing that all the time. But if I'm going to do it, like I'll get whatever at Panera. But if I'm at Panera, for example, and I'm trying to be healthier, I'll tell you right now, the Mediterranean veggie sandwich is, I think, under 600 calories. And it's a whole sandwich with the bread and everything, but it's got hummus, it's got a ton of vegetables, it's got feta cheese. So aside from the bread and the cheese, it's not a high calorie food. Like it's not a high calorie meal. And I'll get, anyway, that's enough about that. So in my life, yeah, things are going really well. I would love a romance, but like my weight is going down, my job is great, my friends, oh my goodness, like I'll try to wrap this video up, but I highly recommend, like if you're going through a struggle and you feel lonely and you don't have friends to talk to, or you don't have friends to just have fun with, do not give up. Never give up. Like keep looking for friends. And I highly recommend looking into Jesus. Try reading the Bible. Go to church, because when you go to a place where you're with a body of people that love Jesus and they're Christians, you are going to meet people. As long as there are people your age at that church, like try to find a church that has some people your age. You're gonna make friends, and a lot of times it just makes sense. A lot of times more of the people that you end up meeting at church end up being a little bit better quality people, for lack of a better term, than the people you might meet elsewhere, like whoever you might meet at a bar, or you might meet someone through Facebook, or God forbid, a dating app. Like you might meet people through all these other ways, but usually they don't end up being like the best people that you could surround yourself with. I highly recommend tapping into your faith. And if you're atheist, I mean, I'm not going to try to change your mind, but I do recommend believing in God and learning about Jesus, and just plug yourself into a church and see who you meet. And your friends will probably bring you closer to Jesus, but also they'll be your friends. Like you'll probably meet nice people, because I have one best friend from work, and she's not Christian, but she's Jewish. She's one of my best friends, and we just happen to get along really well. She is truly my best friend. And then all these other girlfriends that I have are from the church that I go to. And I thank them, because they're just so sweet, and it's so amazing to have an entire group of girls. Like I can't even count how many there are, because there's kind of a lot of us. Everyone's just so sweet, and I wouldn't be as happy and healthy as I am today without them. I owe it to my friend Heather. I owe it to my friends from church, because they really have blessed me so much with just a loving community of women. And so I love you guys. If you're going through anything hard, I'm sorry, and I hope that you can figure it out soon. And, you know, I am doing really well overall, and my mental health is good, emotional, like I said, I'm losing weight, so my physical health is getting better. I do have a lot of troubles with my skin. I have really bad acne, especially on my forehead, along my jawline, and it's frustrating because I see a dermatologist, but she hasn't really been able to fix the issue yet. She kind of knows what it is, which is good, but the products she's given me so far to use, I don't know, I'm still experimenting and trying to use them properly and consistently. And sometimes I see a little bit of improvement, but I don't know if there's something else that she and I should be doing, you know, if my dermatologist can recommend anything else or figure out if there's a different issue, because I'm not really sure why my skin is breaking out so bad. So other than that, I'm doing well. And other than the romance thing, you know, it's also crazy because so many guys have reached out to me lately. I prayed to God about how I would love to have a romance, and I feel like life is so good, and I thank him for so much. But I would love to see what his plan is for me and see if I'm gonna be with someone at some point in my life, hopefully soon, and have it be like a long-lasting relationship. So I was praying to God all these things, and all of a sudden it's just all these guys have been reaching out to me, and some of them have been really cool. Some of them don't even live near me. Some of them, so it probably wouldn't work. And then some of them I've seen before, but we never really talked. And then we started talking. So is it a little overwhelming? Yes, but I'm also not used to this. I'm not used to like having so many guys interested in me at once. It's a little bit overwhelming. So wish me luck with that. Pray for me on that, please. And I love you guys, and God bless you in your journey and where you're at. So yeah, cheers to another rambly drive with me. Bye.